Hello, my name is Ashley. This is Food for Rattos, and welcome back. So I just want to put a disclaimer at the start of this video that, as you can tell from the title, it is going to be quite a sad one. I'm going to be talking about euthanasia. I'm going to be talking about elderly rats and the things that they go through. And at some point in this video, I am also going to be showing the actual euthanasia of a rat. And I think this is really important to share because I often get comments and I often see people asking, what does it look like? What is it supposed to look like? I've never done this before. What's supposed to happen? And the first time this happened to me, I also felt the same way. And so I do think, whilst it's a difficult thing to watch, it is important and could be helpful for other people to know what to expect and to know what should happen. So when that part of the video is coming up, I will put a thing on screen to tell you where to skip to if you want to not watch that part of the video. But I do think it is a good thing to see, and if you are a rat owner, it is something you'll experience at least 2 or 3 times in your rat keeping journey. So I do think it's important to know how it's supposed to look and know what the vet is supposed to do. So today we are having Toast put to sleep, and that is because his back legs are just very, very far gone, and he is very, very old. So he is 38 months, 38 months and a half, something like that. So he's very old. He is 3 and 2 months old, which is a very long life for a rat. And I made this decision a few weeks ago that we were going to have him put to sleep today because at that time I could see that he was declining and it was going to be relatively soon, and I wanted to make sure that he went the calmest way possible, and for him, going to the vet would be stressful. So I decided to contact my mobile vet and get him in when she was available, and today was the first time that she could come and see us. And since those 2 weeks have passed, it's definitely his time. He has pretty severe hind leg degeneration. He is on heart meds. He is on antibiotics. He has a cataract and he's quite skinny and he doesn't move around very much. And whilst he is still a happy, excited boy, when it's medicine time, when it's wake up baby time, he's always there and very eager for it. There's going to be a day when he's not. There's going to be a day when just even moving around, getting out of bed is too much for him. And I don't want that to be his last day. I want his last day to be a good one. So that is why we are doing this. And I do think that a lot of people are worried to make a decision for euthanasia that involves logistics. And some people, they may have an older rat or a sick rat that isn't really getting any better and they're due to go away, and they don't want to leave that rat with a pet sitter to knowingly get worse and perhaps have to be put to sleep whilst they're away. And I don't think it's wrong to want your last day with them to be a good one. And I think that's really a really kind thing that we can do for them, that we can give their last day to be happy right until the end. And for Toast, going to the vet would be quite a big deal. He doesn't like to be handled. He doesn't really like to be moved around. And for him, going to the vet would be very stressful. And if we were in a situation where any sort of emergency was happening, it would be a lot for him. And that would add to the stress of this situation. Now, a lot of my rats would cope fine with that. That's not an extra stressor to them. But for Toast, who doesn't like to be handled, it is. Thankfully, my mobile vet, he actually really likes to be handled by her more than he likes to be handled by us. And so I know that this is the best option for him. And whilst I'm sad, and I know it's going to be weird when he's gone, I'm happy that we get to let him go peacefully and that he gets to have a good last day. And his last day, he's at home still. So that is what we're going to do. I am about to make him a little charcuterie board of little treats that he can share and perhaps share with some of his friends. And then my vet is going to come over and we're going to say goodbye. And it's going to be sad and we're going to miss him. But it's the right thing to do. And I don't usually make videos sharing this whole process. Sometimes it's because it's a rather quick on the day decision. For a lot of the times it is. However, this time isn't, and I have the time and the space to manage. And I think that it's really helpful and beneficial for rat owners to see this part of the journey. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So we are just heading to our local cafe to get breakfast, but they also do some really, really awesome bakes. And so we're going to go and get some for toast. So this is the little charcuterie board. So I have some little Sonic cookies, some pieces of toast, a couple of bakes from the local cafe, and some chocolate mini Weetabix. And in the middle, it has like a little dip, which obviously they won't use as a dip, is some Wait Up Baby with a bit of Licky Licks, and then some Licky Licks decorations. And hopefully he'll enjoy something off this little spread. Enjoy something with toast? Hey? Are you going to enjoy something with toast? Grandad toast? Hey, Potter? What are you up to, Rippy? I'm going to spend a little bit of time now writing his memorial post. I often like to do this before they pass, as I find it quite cathartic and it helps me work through what's about to happen. And also for me anyway, being able to post it when they're gone on the day feels nicer than waiting. I know for a lot of people they need a bit of time, but I like to do it this way. So I'm going to spend a bit of time writing about toast, and then that will be ready for when he's gone. And I do wonder sometimes if people wonder how I post about it the day of or like the day after it happens, and this is why. It's because I sit down and I write the obituary beforehand, because I know that afterwards I'm going to want to take that time for myself, and it feels like something I can do for them before they're gone, if that makes sense. And often they're there to comfort me. Toast won't be, because he isn't really a fan of being held and he's currently enjoying his little buffet. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. So our lovely boy enjoyed a little cuddle and even kissed Adele, our lovely vet, just before we got started with the euthanasia. He always did prefer her to us, much to my dismay. If you don't want to see the euthanasia process, skip to 11 minutes and 3 seconds and it's all over by then. So we first had to sedate him in order to do the final injection. So this is the only time that he experiences even just a little bit of stress during the whole process. The injection is very quick. It does sting a little bit, but as you can see, he recovers very quickly and it soon will take effect. And as you can see in this video, he is starting to get a bit sleepy and sort of lose control of his movement. So Adele is just comforting him. And here she is checking to make sure that he is completely asleep. She squeezed his hands and approached his eye to make sure that he was completely asleep. And as you can see, he was. So now he is in a safe enough position that he won't feel the final injection, which is coming up. It's very, very quick. It doesn't hurt him because he's completely asleep. And he's gone. And so I just sat with him for a while after she'd left. I find that this time is very important for me to get the closure on their passing. Hello. So it's been a few days since we said goodbye to Toast. I've been busy. I went home to visit family because one of my grandparents is unwell. And we've got another sick little rat here. Marissa has pneumonia and it's been a rough time. Not only is obviously she's unwell and not doing very well, she's not been eating very much and she has been having to have her meds syringed because she's not eating, which is really unfortunate because she hates being syringed and I hate doing it to her because it's stressful, but she needs to get the medicine, and if she doesn't, she's actually going to die. So, it's been a time. So, not had super a lot of bandwidth to make this ending of this video. I do just want to say again and reiterate that I don't show this for any other reason other than I think people knowing what euthanasia should look like is really, really important. And I just thought in this case, since I had already mentally prepared for what was going to happen, it was the best option I had at the time of when to film it, if that makes sense. So yes, we are okay. It is very sad and lots of people have been absolutely wonderful. I've had loads of lovely, lovely comments on Instagram and Facebook already. But yeah, it is a big deal for us, and it's a big deal for Emmy as well, because even though he was our rat, he was still her rat too, and he is her last rat now. And now he's gone, so it's another sort of end of the era for her. So yeah, it's been pretty rough, and I just hadn't had time to come on and have a clip for the end of the video, but that's how we're doing. I can't say I've had the best week. I really haven't. With Toast passing away and pneumonia with Marissa, which is triggering because of my Bordetella outbreak and the time of year, it's not been great. But I know it was the right decision, and I know that he had the most peaceful passing possible, and that's all you can really wish for a rat. But yeah, if you want to see more of my content, I am here. I post videos every Monday now, and I make vlogs and educational content and sort of videos about my life experience with rats and stuff. I do breed obviously as well. Now there isn't going to be litters for a while, but all that sort of stuff is here. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.